Hello everyone, it's me Sanjay Vasu back again for another video. This time we're doing Cambridge Lower Secondary Mathematics Paper 1 Progression Test, Stage 9. Question 1. Work out the third term of the sequence with nth term 3n plus 2. 3 into n plus 2 is equal to 3 into 3 plus 2. 3 into 5 is 15. And that's the answer. Question 2. Work out the sides of an exterior angle of a regular pentagon. So let's see. Sum of interior angles is equal to 180 into 5 minus 2. 180 into n minus 2, where n is the number of sides. 5 sides in the pentagon, so 180 into 5 minus 2, which is equal to 180 into 3. And that is 540 degrees. Interior angle is equal to 540 by 5, which is equal to 108 degrees. Exterior angle is equal to 180 minus 108, which is equal to 72 degrees. And that's the answer. Question 3. The table shows the age and value of 7 cars. A. Complete the scalar graph. The value on the vertical axis and the age of car in years in the horizontal axis. So let's see. We've already got the 1 and 2 age of cars. So now we can go to the third car, which is 9 years old, and its value is 1200. So 9 years, and its value is 1200, which is right there. Next, 7 years and 2900. 7 and 2900. It's right there. Then 10 and 500. That's all the way down here. 5 and 2700. That will be right there. And then 8 and 2200. So 8 years, $2,200. And that's the answer. B. Write down the type of correlations shown on the scalar graph. The answer is negative correlation, because the line of best fit is sloping from top left to bottom right, which has a negative gradient. Negative gradient. Therefore, it's a negative correlation. Question 4. Tick to show whether each of these statements is true or false. Do not do any calculations. The first one has been done for you. The answer to 20.1 into 1.53 is larger than 20.1. Obviously, that's true. The answer to 17.4 multiplied by 0.82 is larger than 17.4. Well, 0.82 is less than 1. And therefore, the answer will be smaller than the original, which means it is false. 23.8 divided by 0.74 is smaller than 23.8. 23.8 divided by 0.74 is equal to 23.8 multiplied by 100 by 74. And 100 by 74 is greater than 1. And therefore, this is also false. Question 5a. A cuboid measures 5 centimeters by 4 centimeters by 3 centimeters. Draw the cuboid on the isometric grid. Alright, so you have 5 centimeters, and that means 5 of these lines. Just draw it right there. And now we need 4 centimeters, like this. 3 centimeters, like that. And now we just finish the cuboid. 5, 5, 3, and 4. So this is the cuboid. B. Write down the number of planes of reflectional symmetry of the cuboid. So a plane of symmetry is simply somewhat like a line of symmetry, except that's a 2D shape instead of a 1D, which is the line. So in this case, this is the plane of symmetry, and then we can make one more plane of symmetry, which is somewhat like this. So there's 1, 2, and is that it? No, because there must be one dividing this side as well. Not sure if you can understand properly, but this is the third one. Third plane of reflection of symmetry. Therefore, there are three planes of reflection or symmetry. That's the answer. To question 6. Put a ring around the value that's closest to cube root of 70. So, cube root of 70 is between cube root of 64 and cube root of 125, which are 4 and 5 respectively. It's much closer to 4 than it's 5, so we have 4.1. That's the answer. 7. Here's a pattern. So we have 5, 3, and 15. The rule is to multiply the values in the top two circles to make the value in the bottom circle. Complete this pattern using the same rule. Negative 8 into negative 0.5 is equal to 4. 8p to the power 4 multiplied by x is equal to 24p to the power 12. So this is slightly trickier. So let's do that. X is equal to 24p to the power of 12 by 8p to the power of 4. Let's cancel this out. And then we can cancel this out. And therefore, x is equal to 3p to the power of 8. That's the answer. Question 8, factorize fully. A, 2a squared plus 5a. The highest common factor is a, so a into 2a plus 5. And then the second one, 6 minus 18x plus 24y. So the CF is 6. 6 into 1 minus 3x plus 4y. Question 9. Draw lines to join each calculation to the correct answer. One has been done for you. 3 into 2 plus 4 is equal to 18. Next, 0.5 plus 1.5 into 3 is equal to 0.5 plus 4.5, which is equal to 5. And now we can draw a line like this. 8 minus 1 into 2, which is equal to 8 minus 2, which is equal to 6. And we can draw a line to 6. 10 plus 2 cubed minus 4 is equal to 10 plus 8 minus 4, which is equal to 14. So let's draw a line to 14. And the last one, even without calculating, you can tell, but 2 squared plus 1 into 8, which is equal to 4 plus 1 into 8, which is equal to 5 into 8, which is 40. And that's the answer for this question. Remember that you need to use BODMAS, which is the order of operations, to do this question. B means brackets, and then O means others, like exponents or square roots. And then this, D division, M multiplication, A addition, S subtraction. That's all. Question 10. Work out 2 1 by 6 plus 1 3 by 5. First of all, let's convert both of these to improper fractions. This means 13 by 6 plus 8 by 5. Okay, so the LCM of 6 and 5 is actually 30. So we're going to put a common 30 below. And now above, 6 into 5 is 30, so 13 into 5 is equal to 65. And 65 plus 6 into 5 is 30. And 8 into 6, we have 48. So 65 plus 48, the whole by 30. That's equal to 113 by 30. And the answer is 323 by 30. So let's write that down. Question 11. Quadrilaterals A and B are drawn on the grid. Describe fully the single transformation that maps A onto B. This is actually inverted, as you can quite clearly see. First, this line's on the bottom, the straight line connecting with the line y is equal to 3. And then suddenly this line's on the top of the shape, connecting with the line y equals 7. So this is obviously a reflection along this line, because these 2 points are the same distance away, 1 unit. So this is reflection along the line. Now what line is this? Y is equal to 2. And that's the answer. Question 12. Work out 7 to the power of 0. Well, anything to the power of 0 is 1, so this is quite straightforward. 1. Question 13a. Work out 24.73 divided by 0.001. That's equal to 24.73 multiplied by 1000. Because we divide, this is 1 by 1000. And then, because we're dividing it, we need to inverse the fraction. So 1 by 1000, and now we just switch the sides of it. 1000 by 1 is 1000. 24.73 into 1000 equal to 24730. And that's the answer. B. Give your answer to part A to two significant figures. Two significant figures means the first two figures. And that means we are including that. 7 is greater than 5. And therefore, we add 1 to 4. And that means 25000, 25,000. Question 14. Here's a circle with center C. Construct an inscribed regular hexagon. Use only a pair of compasses and a ruler. Do not rub out your construction drawings. So first you have to measure the length of the radius of the circle, which means from the center to the circumference. So for example, if it's 5 centimeters, then the compass setting should also be 5 centimeters. Okay, so now first put your compass at the center and make an arc anywhere on the circumference using that compass setting. Now put a point on where this arc intersects the circumference. And now without changing your compass setting, move your compass so its end is over here, which is the circumference corner, and then draw another arc of the same length on any direction you want. Make sure that the arc intersects the circumference of the circle, and make sure you do not change your compass setting while you do this. I will draw it below, and that will actually be something like this, and the point, we can make it there. All we have to do is just repeat this until we have completed 6 such points like these. Now we've done 2, so we need to make 4 more on the circumference and join the dots to make an inscribed regular hexagon. So let's do that now. Now move the compass end here without changing the setting. Make another arc. Now put the point there. Move the compass right here. Make another arc. Now let's do these steps again. And now one more time. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dots. All we have to do is join these to make an inscribed regular hexagon. I know this is not a perfect drawing, but this is at least how somewhat it'll look like. It'll not be the exact thing, as you can clearly see it's not the same length, but if you use a proper ruler and compasses to do this, you will get a regular hexagon which has same side lengths and same angles. And that's how you do question 14. Question 15. Put a ring around a fraction that's not equivalent to 20 by 24. First of all, 20 by 24 is equal to 5 by 6. 10 by 12, yes, 5 by 6. 35 by 42, 5 by 6. 14 by 18, 7 by 9. 50 by 60, 5 by 6. So we need to take this because it's not equivalent. Question 16. Expand and simplify. X plus 5 into x plus 3. Using the FOIA method, front, outside, inside, last. So this is FOIL, FOIL method. Now let's use this. X squared plus 3x plus 5x plus 15, which is equal to x squared plus 8x plus 15. And that's the answer. Let's write it down. Question 17. Put a ring around the correct calculation. 9 to the power 8 divided by 9 to the power 8 equals 9. So 9 to the power of 8 divided by 9 to the power of 8 is equal to 9 to the power of 0. Why? So a to the power of b divided by a to the power of c is equal to a to the power of b minus c. This is an exponent rule and can be seen in one of my videos which I've already done, which is named Exponent Rules. So check out that video, link in the description if you want to see it. Anyway, 9 to the power of 0, as we already know, is 1, and therefore this is wrong. 7 into 7 to the power of 3 is equal to 7 to the power of 4. 7 is equal to 7 to the power of 1. 7 to the power of 1 into 7 to the power of 3 is equal to 7.4. And this is the correct calculation, so we'll put a ring around it. Question 19. Bushra writes 480 divided by 0.4 is equal to 48 divided by 4. Is Bushra correct? Tick a box. Yes or no? Explain your answer. Alright, the correct answer is actually no. Why? 480 divided by 0.4 is equal to 480 divided by 2 by 5. And that's equal to 480 into 5 by 2. So let's cancel that. And that's equal to 1200. 48 divided by 4 is equal to 12, obviously. And 1200 is not equal to 12. Therefore, Bushra is wrong. Question 19. Ibrahim has some building blocks that are all cubes of the same size. He uses 3 of the blocks to make a pile with height of 43.5 centimeters. Then he makes a row with 5 of the blocks with no gaps. Work out the length of 5 blocks. Okay, so we have 43.5 centimeters for 3 blocks height. So 3 blocks is 43.5 centimeters. 1 block is equal to 43.5 divided by 3. And if you want to do that, the answer will be 14.5. And if you use 5 blocks, that's equal to 14.5 into 5. And that's equal to 72.5. And that's centimeters. So the answer is 72.5 centimeters. B. Ibrahim only has red, yellow, and green blocks. Ibrahim takes a block at random without looking. Complete the table. We have red block 10, yellow 10, they're equal. Green has 3 by 5 probability. So because they're equal, the probability will also be equal. The remaining is 2 by 5 after subtracting greens. So each of them separately will be 1 by 5 each. And now if 1 by 5 is 10, so 3 by 5 will be 10 into 3, which is equal to 30. That's the answer. Question 20. The diagram shows the position of 2 schools, M and P. The scale used is 1 centimeter equals 1 kilometer. So we have a diagram right here with 2 schools, M and P, and they are connected to each other. A. What's the bearing of school P from school M? Okay, so if we want to find out this answer for A, we need to see the bearing of P from M, which is this angle. I actually measured this value on an A4 size paper by printing it out. And that angle is actually 72 degrees, but in bearings you need to write 3 digits, so it's 072 degrees. And that's the answer. B. School Q is on a bearing of 120 degrees from school P. School Q is 4 kilometers away from school P. Put a cross on the diagram to show the position of school Q. Label it Q. So school Q is on a bearing of 120 from school P, which means I'm not actually going to do it, but I'm going to show you a rough working of how it's done because I've done these kind of questions in previous papers. So this angle right here is 120 degrees. If we have 4 kilometers, we need 4 centimeters away. And let's just assume that there's 4 centimeters, and that means this point is Q. So remember, we have to put a cross, and we have to label it Q, which you've already done, and that's the answer. C part. Cheng lives exactly 3 kilometers away from school M. Draw on the diagram the locus of the points where Cheng lives. What do you mean by this locus? It's actually some part where inside that place we can see some points. And what are those points? Those points are equal distance from either a certain point or a certain line or even a certain shape. In this case, it's away from school M, which means it's away from a point. And 3 kilometers exactly away from it. So we need to draw a circle which is 3 kilometers, or using the scale 3 centimeters in radius. And the center is square M. I'm not exactly going to draw that, but I'm going to just show you how that looks like. So this is how the circle would look like with center M and radius 3 centimeters. This is not an exact value, so you should measure it and draw an accurate circle using compasses. But then over here I don't have a compass in this app, so I've done it roughly. And that's the end of question 20. Question 21, solve the simultaneous equations, show you're working. 7x plus y equals 50, 4x plus y equals 23. There's 1 and there's 2. 7x plus y equals 50, 4x plus y equals 23. So we're going to subtract them because the y's are both positive. Now let's cancel that out. 3x equals 27, and therefore x is equal to 9. Let's write that down. So if x equals 9, 4 into 9 plus y equals 23. Why? Because we're substituting x equals 9 into the equation 2. And now 4 into 9 plus y equals 23. 36 plus y equals 23. Y is equal to negative 13. And so y is equal to negative 13. That's the answer. Question 22. Here's a boat sail in the shape of a right-angled triangle. Work out the total distance around the outside of the sail. To do this, we can see first that this is a right-angled triangle, which means we can use Pythagoras' theorem to find the third side. 12 squared plus x squared equals 15 squared. 144 plus x squared equals 225. X squared equals 225 minus 144, which is equal to 81. X is equal to 9 meters. And 12 plus 9 plus 15 is equal to 36. And therefore we have 36 meters for the distance of the outside of the scale. 23. The back-to-back stem and leaf diagram shows the scores for 2 different teams in the last 25 basketball matches. Key 8/5/0 is a score of 58 for Team X and 50 for Team Y. Tick a box to show which team generally had high scores. See the adverb here, generally, which means it's not the highest score, but mostly they have good scores. So let's see. Team X only has 1 in the 50 range, but Team Y has 9 in the 50 range. Team X has 2 in 60 range, but Team Y has 8. Team X has 6 in 70, and Y has 4. In 80s, X has 9 and Y has 2. In 90s, X has 5, Y has 1. In hundreds, X has 2 and Y also has 1 again. Even though Y actually has the highest score, look at Y's scores. The bottom two have the most number of Y scores. But for X, it's the middles, 7, 8, and 9, which have a lot more. And therefore, Team X had generally higher scores because there were more scores in 70 to 99 because this until this, including 80. So there were more scores in 70 to 99 for Team X. Team Y has more scores in 50 to 69 range. Question 24. Work out 1 7 by 8 divided by 1 by 4. Give your answer as a mixed number in its simplest form. So 1 7 by 8 is equal to 15 by 8, and that's divided by 5 by 4. And that's equal to 15 by 8 multiplied by 4 by 5. And we can cancel things out. and that's 3, and this is 1, and there's 2. And therefore it's 3 by 2, which is 1 by 2 in a mixed number. So that's the answer. And now we've come to the end of the paper. So hope you liked it and hope you learned something new from it. So I'll see you in my next one. Thank you. Bye.